Now, the coalition of Imo Democrats in Abuja has warned the state governor, Hope Uzodinma, to banish the idea of bringing back Amarachi Nwayawu as Deputy Speaker of the Imo State House of Assembly days after his impeachment. The group advises the governor to concentrate on governance and stop meddling in the affairs of the House of Assembly. It warns that any attempt by the governor to forcefully impose the former deputy speaker through the back door will be resisted by the masses.
The governor have several security challenges confronting Imo State. Not only security challenges, governance challenges confronting the state. And we admonish him, the governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, to stay clear from the politics of the leadership of the House of Assembly, particularly on the case of the impeached deputy speaker. The governor cannot be seen to be creating crisis in the leadership of the House of Assembly, in the already existing security and governance challenges confronting the state. It is of a truth that if the governor allows himself to create another leadership crisis in the House of Assembly, coupled with the already security challenges in Imo State, will bring down totally governance of the state, and the citizens of the state will be the ones that will suffer.
Okay. Well, let's now bring in Okere Kingdom. He is the convener of Coalition of Imo Democrats. To give us a clearer picture, really, of the developments in Imo State. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingdom, for being here. Looking at this, 18 out of 27 lawmakers, this actually for more than 2/3, which is required by the Constitution, really, impeached Iwanyawu. What is the drama really after he was removed from office? What is going on in Imo?
The members of the House of Assembly followed all constitutional procedure. They met the required two-thirds majority, 18 out of 27 members, and his impeachment was pursuant to a motion moved by the House, and it was in accordance with the rules of the House. The only option the former deputy speaker has is to approach a court of competent jurisdiction to challenge his impeachment if he is agreed for any reason whatsoever, and not to be threatening his colleagues that 26 out of 27 signatures cannot remove him. That as long as the governor remains a governor, as long as Senator Hope Uzodinma remains the governor of Imo State, that nobody can remove him as the deputy speaker of Imo. This is what is going about bragging. And we are telling the governor that some people actually see him as a listening governor. We believe that he should listen and stay clear from the politics of Amara's impeachment. His colleagues, the members of Imo Assembly, called him a grossly incompetent person to remain as a speaker. They say that he has brought several disrepute to the House by his conduct, and that is in the impeachment resolution, and that this same guy is facing several EFCC investigations. So we are admonishing the governor that the state is already overwhelmed with several security challenges that the governor should be working so hard to surmount, and not to dabble into the politics.
Let me just quickly come in here,
speaker.
Okere Kingdom, that yes. A person is facing investigation. Does it amount to an indictment that the deputy speaker should be so removed? You talked about due process. Was a panel set up after the motion was presented before the House?
The Constitution says in section 92, subsection 2C, that a speaker or deputy speaker of a House of Assembly stands removed by a resolution of 2/3 majority of members of that House. The Constitution in section 92 did not make any provision for any panel to be constituted before a deputy speaker can be removed. The Constitution says in section 92, subsection 2C, that you either cease to be a deputy speaker or a speaker if you cease to be a member of the House before the dissolution of the House. Before the expiration of the 4 years.
Where is the place of fair hearing?
The place of fair hearing is that the members are tired of his high-handedness. This is a young man that said that the speaker is his boy, that he literally sponsored and
Well, this is hearsay.
instigated. Not only hearsay, this has been confirmed by 18 members of the House of Assembly in a resolution. They said that he imposes himself as the de facto speaker and regards the incumbent speaker as his boy, and he has taken responsibility of instigating the impeachment of the former speaker and installing the incumbent speaker, and therefore the incumbent speaker and every other member of the house must take instructions from him. These are things he say openly and brags about it, and virtually members of the House of Assembly are afraid of him. They can't speak before him.
But now the members of the State House of Assembly
have now resolved
him.
to impeach
They
him.
have impeached him. But how can we resolve this situation quickly to avoid the situation?
There's nothing to resolve. There's nothing to resolve.
It has to be resolved, because so that we don't see a situation
there is
of what's
nothing to
happening in
resolve.
places
The Constitution,
where the State House
the
of Assembly
Constitution
shut
says
down.
in section 92 subsection 2c that a speaker or deputy speaker stand impeached by resolution of two-thirds majority of members of. That has happened. We are telling the governor that by popular decision of members of Imo House Assembly, they don't want this boy as a deputy speaker, and the governor should not be seen to be imposing him on the members of the House of Assembly. That is what we are saying.
I think it is in the right and place of Amarachi Iwanyanwu to approach the courts if he feels that his rights have been infringed upon.
Because we're still talking about the situation.
Okere Kingdom, convener of Okere Kingdom, convener of Coalition of Imo Democrats. Thanks for coming.